Hello everyone, it's Matsu here again. Today I am back with a short video to give a summary of the event story for the newest UR event on the Taiwanese server. The video will be short, but I thought it deserved its own video, so here I am making it. Today's video will not have hard subtitles to save me some time, but please turn on the closed captioning to view if needed. I will always provide subtitles in at least one way for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the summary. In the event story, Nikki, Momo, and we suddenly found ourselves in a mysterious forest not too far from us. On a field of blue roses, there was an unconscious bride wearing a wedding dress. As we approached the unconscious bride, she suddenly woke up and screamed, "Please don't take him away. It was my fault." She eventually introduced herself as Selena, a villager that lived in a small town nearby. Originally, we were invited to Sutian's house, and after stepping into a mysterious room, we found ourselves in this forest instead. Sutian is a previous character that has appeared in numerous events where Ashley was the main designer. She calls herself a witch and volunteers at a church that appeared in the Angel's Hymn event. So one of my earlier videos where I only did translations, it actually might have been my first Shining Nikki video on here. Anyways, Selena explained to us that her fiance, who is a baron, got kidnapped by the Night Witch before they had the chance to get married. She believed the Night Witch was currently holding him captive in the castle nearby. As we walked toward the castle, Nikki realized this place looked exactly like Sutian's family home. Nikki recalled walking into a room with a mysterious mirror. Upon hearing that, Selena said witches use mirrors to cast dark magic to deceive people. After finding out about Nikki's styling power, she asked us for help to get her fiance back and defeat the Night Witch. The story was pretty long. In between, we got to learn more about Selena and the town. She's known as Weird Selena in town, and everyone seems to hate and are very afraid of witches here. We also got to meet Selena's dad, and he seemed like he was an alcoholic because he was drunk when we met him. He was the one that wanted Selena to marry the fiance and often told her to just become a normal girl. Long story short, we saved the fiance from the Night Witch. Shortly after getting rescued, he asked Selena to marry him immediately, and a wedding ceremony was prepared in a rush. Yeah, definitely not sus, right? After they exchanged their oaths during the ceremony, the man showed his true color. He bit into Selena's neck with his sharp fangs. Yep, he is a vampire, and he was preying on Selena all along. As the vampire continued to suck all the blood from Selena, the Night Witch emerges from the shadows to stop him. And combining with our power, we defeated the vampire by using some garlic, a cross, and a dagger. Looking at Selena's lifeless body on the ground, the Night Witch announced Selena was dead, but the Night Witch will never die. On the night before the wedding, Selena saw that her fiance did not have a reflection in the mirror. Realizing who he was, she paid the price for it. Before Selena died, the Night Witch was able to return from the darkest part of Selena's soul when she was dying. She explained that she is the other soul of Selena that Selena desperately wanted to hide. Selena is a witch with an incomplete soul, and that attracted the vampire. Unable to defeat the vampire by herself, she could only send half of Selena's soul to a safe place first. She said witches will never die, and their courage will lead them to pierce through the thickest fog and return from the darkest part of their soul. The Night Witch is proud that even though Selena wanted to reject everything and live in her false fantasy, she still came back to the castle that belonged to her mother. The Night Witch brings life back to Selena's body, and doing the little twirling dance that cost me $12, they merged together and became one again. This time, the Selena in front of us was no longer shy and unconfident. She introduced herself as Selena the Night Witch. Offering some more explanation, Selena told us their mother passed away from a fire incident and in that incident, Selena's soul split into two. One was the Night Witch and the other was Selena. And then in the conclusion, we find ourselves back in the present time and Si-chan shows up. Turns out she actually is a witch and is the descendant of Selena, and the house we are in currently is the castle. Nikki and Momo were surprised by the fact that vampires and witches were real in this world, but I don't know why they were so surprised when there's a whole kingdom of elves and they also fight with styling powers. But yeah, that was the summary for this event. The parts about returning from the darkness were a bit confusing to me. I couldn't tell if Selena died the night before or something, but minor details, I guess. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the summary. The event video will be coming out soon, hopefully. I finally got the chance to do my first round of editing, and now I need to add in subtitles and do a few more editings, but that might take like a week or two. Thank you so much for watching as usual, and hope everyone will have a great week or weekend. Take care and bye!